Follow? Even with that system for 12 years now, we've had the 3 to 4 times the close rate of anybody else. But what we've discovered is that moment of truth, and I'm going to show you on the portal when this happens. When we place that lead with someone sitting in the office that is focused on one thing, and what is that? Say it again?
Answering the phone.
After they answer the phone, they're focused on one thing only. What is it? Getting an appointment. And they don't have distractions. They don't have any self-interest about the quality of the listing or how much they have to explain or anything. Their only thing is a dialogue to get the appointment, close for it, and it's to come into the office or to meet at for the first time. And then that lead, that appointment is handed to you. Okay? There's another huge difference in what's going to happen with your sales life. There will be leads or clients that you had nothing to do with generating. Do you follow? Most other... I know. I'm going to turn it off.
Yeah, he looked at you like, I know.
So that is a very exciting thing that we have just started, and we're rolling this out over the system to where you guys are not even going to have to answer the phone for these leads and try to close them for an appointment. Someone in the office is going to do that, and it's going to be a non-selling licensed person. You follow? It's not somebody you're in competition with. It's someone else, a support mechanism for setting up appointments for you to go and close. Let me ask you, would you, isn't that great? Would you work at a, would you, now I'm not describing this office yet, but I'm describing what is happening to some of our offices. Would you work at an office to where you walked in the morning and the broker said, hey, here are the Browns, they want to buy a house tonight. Do you work with them?
Yeah.
And you go, sure, and you take, and you go sell the Browns a house, and then you bring that folder back into the office, and the office manages the pending period. Do y'all do that now?
No.
Okay. Way out there, but something a lot of people are doing, transaction coordination. And when you bring the contract in that you worked with the buyers and you hand it to the office, and they go, great, we'll you know, take care of that for you. And by the way, the Smiths want to list their house. You want to go list their house tonight? And then you take that lead and you go list it. Who would like to work at an office like that? Okay. I'm telling you, we are moving as a system closer to that quicker than any other real estate company. Now, why is it that's the direction we're going? It's best for the consumer. That's why. This whole process of mano a mano being the service delivery method for all things real estate for a consumer. In other words, all the service one consumer gets comes from one agent. Those days are past. Those days are past. Your income is going to start going down if that's the sales process that you're involved with. The reason we made this decision here is to raise the per person productivity of everybody, which, by the way, it is going to do. That's another stat that I can point to for our conversion Weichert offices. I've been involved with every single Weichert affiliate conversion office. I've been in their offices, been part of them, talking with them. When the system is implemented, the amount of income every one of you individuals puts in your pocket is going to go up this year. If it always does. In areas where it has not happened, when I go in and reevaluate that office, is that they have pushed away many of the unique Weichert systems in the office, and they're trying to just play a brand thing, which doesn't work, right? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. So our behavior change is huge with us. Let me show you the, let's see, let me get a, see who I can, your portal will look a little different than this because I have to take an extra step. Let's go to, we'll do, oh, I know what we'll do. I'll show you an unrealistic, now let's not do that. Let's be sure. I was going to show something else. That's an old school ring. Oops. All right, let me see if I can get one of these off. Yeah, well, we're not gonna worry about the numbers. We'll just pull one up here. Okay. This just happens to be one of our offices in Louisville, and their numbers are. Oh, I know what's going on with this. Okay, good. I can explain this one to you. But I just want to show you the column. So what happens is when you get on the Lead Network, your name is going to be here. And again, they're going to go through the details of this more in this All Things Virtual class that you're going to have. So don't worry about it if you don't get the technical details here. That's happening on Thursday. So they're going to have your hand on it. You'll have that competency. But if you get it put on there, you're going to have, your name will be there, right? Huh? And then we have these columns. The first column, the first number behind your name is the total number of leads that you have received. This is a 1-year report that I'm showing you right now. Okay? So it goes back 12 months from now back. So this individual agent has received 41 over the last 12 months. Pretty high number. Okay? By the way, this is a pretty high active lead flow. This is a matured up market right here that we've got. The contact attempts, in other words, how many times did they try to call this agent, was 59 over the same period, for a successful answer rate of 69%. Y'all see that? Now, if you're slick at math, there's 3 kinds of people in this world, by the way. Y'all know who they are?
Utility service too.
No, this is different. This is different. There's 3 kinds of people: those who can do math and those who can't.
Nice.
Oh, that's 3.
It's fun for me to see. I know who's not good at math. How long it takes to get to them. So anyway, you'll notice that the percentage isn't exactly right. I'm giving you all a little warning here before you get your nose in the portal. Sometimes it makes sense, and there's a reason for that. There are some contact attempts. In other words, there are sometimes when they try to call you and they get you and you refuse the lead, it's okay. And they'll explain those situations. Like occasionally they'll have y'all are picking zip codes to serve. Okay? And occasionally they'll get a lead that's in a zip code outside of your picked area. And they will still call somebody in this office and say, hey, we know this is outside your service area, but would you work this lead? And if you say no, it doesn't account against you, okay, as a lead refused. And so that throws the percentage off a little bit. So I want y'all to know that we're not, don't worry about that. Now, so the contact percentage, then we have the number of converted leads. This agent has not converted anything yet, okay? And then we've got a whole section over here on the right that you guys are going to be involved with, where you go in and you add notes to tell everybody what's going on with that lead. Okay? I'm not going to poke into that today. You'll see that Thursday. But there's a place where you'll go in and write lead. So when you get a lead on the phone and you close for an appointment and it's on Saturday at 6, then that night you sit down at the portal and you go, I got an appointment for Saturday at 6. And then the people supporting you are going to be looking at the portal also, and they'll see, great, there's an appointment Saturday at 6. Anything we can do to help you? Okay? Or no appointment was gotten. They refused the appointment, and that gives us more information. I'm going to show you some startling statistics. Oh, I'll tell you one right now. Watch this. If we go down here and go to the bottom of this list, and you remember for this office, the 213, see at the bottom of that column, is the total number of leads that came in over the year. Okay? 396 were how many people they tried to place and couldn't get the agent. See, remember what I told you? That's what we're changing this. One of the reasons we're changing the way the phone is answered, where it's somebody in the office, non-selling, it's answered. But again, for good reasons, y'all run around. Jim has done this 4 years in a row now, and he just did it again, and we're waiting for the stats to come back in because he just turned over the stuff. But we turn over the records of all the people that had gone through the lead network, because they're capturing their name and phone number, and we're getting all kinds of information put in this portal. Turn that list over to a company that goes around and chases those people to find out what they did. And startlingly, it's not startling now because we've done this 3 times, it's been the same every time, is that between 32 and 31% of those 213 people will or have already bought a house through someone within 12 months of speaking with us. You follow? Mm-hmm. So somebody do the math. What's 31% of 213? Swag it.
65-ish.
Yeah, 65.
How about 65? Okay, so I can stand here and tell you right now, because we've done this multiple times and we're doing it again, but 65 of those 213 individuals have either bought a house or will buy a house from someone in the first year after they contact us. Now, this office has only sold how many? 3. They have a huge problem. By the way, I'm working with this office, and we just did this major reset to the sales team. So I'm telling you, it's one of our best companies. Their close rate is just going to go off the charts over the next second half of this year. I was just in there last week. Because we know these behaviors, we know how to change and how to turn things around. Okay, so it's pretty amazing, and we have offices that are up in that 10 and 11% close rate. We got nobody up at 30 yet. Jim knows it's there, and it's possible. And I'm telling you what, we're going to see our close rate now is between 5 and 6% as a system. Okay, the industry average is less than 2%. It's around 1%, a little over 1% close rate for all those, all the competition. But they don't have a call system. They don't have this whole accountability system that we've got plugged in. Let me tell you something else. Show you something else that's really interesting. Is again, what is the only good outcome of a phone call coming in? An appointment. And so here is if you click on the number beside this gentleman. I don't know if I've already showed you this or not. Come on. I'm running slow here.
It doesn't do math.
It's not doing math right. So let's see here. Huh. We're running slow here.
You can blame Comcast.
Is it Comcast?
Nobody else is
Yeah,
on
I'm
it
on.
right now.
Well,
Is that the Wi-Fi box
Huh.
up there?
Hmm?
Is that the Wi-Fi box?
well,
who's on that
I'll
one?
describe what
Is that
we
one
would see
on?
if the internet was cooperating. And I'll show you a little bit more of this again Thursday. But we record all the phone calls. So when the lead network, when someone calls the lead network and they're talking to them and they go, do you want to talk to a realtor? And they go, yes. They go, hang on. They put them on hold. They call you or any of you, whoever's up, and say, hey, we got a lead. Can you work with them right now? And they go, and you go, yes. And they go, okay, hang on. And so then we get these two and then we patch those two together as a phone call. So you're going to immediately talk with the consumer at that point. And that's when they turn on the recording device. So all of those phone calls between you and the prospective client are, guys, you're going to love this. It is a fantastic tool. I don't know about you guys, but when I started in real estate, I was using a tape recorder back then. It was pre-digital. Can you believe that crap? I'm getting old. God. So, but I carried one of those little tape recorders in my pocket. I still have the micro cassette of my first listing appointment in Madison County. The first ERA presentation I gave. I had a little pocket recorder going. I still have that. And I used it in my sales career and would listen to myself all the time. I remember coming back from that first listing, which I got, but I didn't sell the warranty. And I remember listening to my tape, and I can still go back and I corrected my dialogue from hearing what I had done wrong. And so it's a fantastic tool where when you're in the lead network and all these are going to be recorded, you go back in there and listen to them and replicate what's good and then correct what's different. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. We're going to get you guys out of the business of answering the phone. So I think this whole call to capture rate is going to be insignificant. I think what's going to be most exciting for you guys is just looking at how many are we going to convert. It's when the leads are being handed to you, how many we're going to convert, okay? So, what do y'all think about this? I mean, it is freaking amazing.
You ought to see it in person, right?
Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable. I've never seen a call center so efficient. It's unbelievable.
And if y'all know, if you're ever, how far is it up to New Jersey? My spatial's messed up.
Where in New
3 hours, maybe?
North Jersey, 3 hours.
More
3 hours.
Yeah.
It's about 3 hours up there.
Yeah.
I would say it's worth a trip. And if you'll let us know ahead of time, somebody will meet you up there and give you a tour of the whole campus. I think Marty probably showed you a quick picture of the campus. I don't know if he did or not. And go take a tour, but go in that call center. It is amazing. You're going to be speaking with, matter of fact, our RSM, the regional service managers, our in-office people that help you with all your name badges and business cards and all that other kind of stuff. The majority of them were the lead network, and they were the ones answering the phone. And it was a stepping stone position to get up with us. So it's a fantastic. Go up there, take a visit, and just go through the lead network and go to our corporate headquarters and see what you might even bump into Jim. I mean, he didn't. Did you see Jim at all?
Junior.
Junior. That's right. James came over. That's right. Yes. Jim Weichert is an amazing man. He has built the largest privately owned real estate company in the world. He owns more offices personally than anybody, and he is not a dynamic speaker. Neither one of them are. Correct? You got that from James.
No.
Little James. You better turn that off.
Yeah, I know.
Edit it. We'll edit
You
it.
better. Here's Jim's brilliance. Here's the brilliance. Here's Jim Weichert. This is him right here. He's the most consistent human on the planet. He has been committed to the open house system that you're going to learn about from me tomorrow for 40 years, and has not stopped working. His only task is to replicate it more often in you guys. You got it? I mean, he is just like, for years, the first 3 years of Weichert affiliates doing franchising, we would bring our new franchisees up to corporate campus for the week that they went to for the training, but we would have a wine and cheese reception over in the building where Jim's office is, literally 40 feet from his office. We were out of this atrium and we had these, 45 or 50 business owners from around the country that had just given Jim, tens of thousands of dollars for the right to use the franchise, and they're up there getting trained. And we couldn't get Jim to come out and meet them. This was on Monday evening, 6 o'clock is when we did it. And finally, Marty went to his secretary and said, why will Jim not come out? She goes, well, you don't understand. I misspoke. It wasn't the first 3 years. It was the first 3 academies that we did. It was all within the first year, the first 3 management academies. And we said, why did he come out? And she goes, oh, you're never going to get Jim out of his office on Monday from 4 to 7. He hadn't left his office from 4 to 7 on Mondays in the 25 years I've worked for him, she said. Because, do y'all know what he's doing on Monday? Now remember, he owns he owns in his pocket, no debt, the largest privately owned real estate company in the country. He's worth probably $500 million. It's been, reported. What's he doing on Monday afternoon? He's looking at reports of the open houses that were held in his offices the day before. He reviews open houses